Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing a get ready with me where I just do my makeup because my hair is already done. Put it in a little slick back bun because you know when your hair is at that point where it's not ready to be washed yet, but it's no longer giving what it was giving when you first did it. That's where my hair was at, especially with my workouts and stuff. So I just decided to go old school and just slick it back, do my little baby hairs, and I love it. Even though I have like a very much so egghead, it's fine. Today I decided to do this get ready with me because I was in the shower and I was just thinking about how I expected my life to be versus how it's going as a 25-year-old, and I felt it would be really relatable for a lot of us because a lot of my followers are 25-year-olds, or excuse me, even if you're not, I feel like you can still relate just because you're a person who's going through life and experiencing challenges and difficulties and a lot of the things that like you might have not thought you were going to experience. And I know COVID is big for all of us. Like none of us thought we were going to have to go through that. So it really derailed our life, but we're still here. We're still strong. But yeah, so I'm going to do my makeup. I am going to just let you know what I'm using, but I'm not going to go deep into like how I do it, why I do it that way. I can probably do that in another video if you want and really just talk about like how I get into like how I shape my brows, why I shape them that way, and like based on my facial structures, like what works and what doesn't. But that's not the video. I have myself a little timer, so if you see me looking at my phone a lot, it's because I have a timer to make sure I can cut the video up the way I want to so that editing can be made easier. I also have my mirror set up down here, so I'm not going to be looking at the camera. I'm going to be looking at my mirror, but don't worry, I am here and present. And I just really want this to be a relaxed video where you guys can feel like, I don't know, feel like it's chill. So the first thing I'm going to use is these Wet n Wild 99 cents eyebrow pencils. I have a sharpener, so I sharpen them, and yeah, so I'll name the products to you, but I'm not going to tell you like why I do them the way I do my makeup the way I do, just naming the products so you know. So yeah, I was saying like I was in the shower, and you know, yesterday, I guess we could start with that. Yesterday I felt really discouraged because I was looking up jobs, because as you guys know, even though my video never freaking posted, so I might have to refilm it, I got fired from my first post-grad job. First post-grad job that was full-time with full benefits. I had only worked there for maybe like a week, and they basically, the woman who owns the business, it's the Dawn Denker Rosen Public Relations Agency. You can look it up if you want. That's the business. The person who owns the business, you can look that up, decided that I didn't have the experience that she thought I did, so she didn't feel like I was a good fit. And she proceeded to kind of like gaslight me, whatever. That's a whole different video. But she let me go, and I was like, okay, well, this was my plan. Like I was gonna graduate college, get a full-time job, and you know, move out of my house with my son for the first time, and really just, you know, make my, you know, dreams come true, like be able to live on my own, support my son, and support the life that I wanted to live, and really get my career started. So when that didn't work out, I ended up taking the month of March. So that was in February, so I ended up taking the month of March to really focus on YouTube. As you guys see, I've been posting more than I ever have on this channel. So I decided to focus on YouTube so that I could pursue that passion and just see where it gets me, because the hardest part is starting and being consistent. And I felt really down and out with that job. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do something I love and just see how that goes and where that gets me. And so as you see, I've been on YouTube, whatever. So I'm trying not to like talk about that part because it's not just about that. I started making more consistent videos, and you know, whatever. I talked about that, blah, blah, blah. I'm a really bad storyteller, so I'm really trying, but it's my first time, so bear with me. I started looking for jobs again because I need to make money, as you know, at Instacart, but it takes a lot out of you, and I'd rather work a solid job while I also pursue my YouTube stuff, because it just seems like that will make life a little bit easier for me financially. And so I've been looking for jobs now since the beginning of the month, and it hasn't been easy. It's not because there's not jobs. If you don't know, my field is public relations marketing. There's jobs. I just feel like I'm gonna be in an environment that doesn't have people that look like me, which has been my case for the jobs I've worked so far post-college, or I'm gonna be unfulfilled, which has been my experience so far in my jobs post-college, which has only been 2 jobs, but I've definitely felt like, is this really what I'm gonna do every day for the next however long? Work at these little jobs and feel like people are micromanaging my work, or I don't know, it's just not really been what I thought it would be. So that's why I kind of pursued YouTube, because I felt like it would give me the opportunity to really do what makes me happy, and also try and make it my business. I have a lot of business goals that I want to do, and I felt like YouTube is just the starting point for me as far as my brand and expanding myself goes. So I'm gonna take this Real Technique brush, and I'm going to make the concealer, blend out the concealer. So I wanted to start looking for jobs again to find a little bit more financial security. And yesterday I wasn't having any real luck. The jobs were so random, as far as working for health agencies, or working for a hospital as a coordinator, is these things that I feel like I would hate, to be honest. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are you know what, if the job pays well, I can do it. But I've never been that person. I've never been that girl who can just take a job because it pays well. I've always needed to love my coworkers, feel like I can talk to my managers if I have an issue, because I really do want to be in a position where I can grow, where I can learn, and I can get the most out of my job and really give my all. And I feel like if you don't have certain things in place, then that's just not the case. And I don't want to be a person who goes to work and complains, or is always looking forward to the weekend. I want to go to work and be you know what, I'm excited to do this project. I'm excited to work with my coworkers. I really want that experience. So I know when I look at certain jobs, all right, this is just not for me, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be a good environment. Or based on the reviews of people who've worked there, they're basically yeah, working here sucks, management sucks. And I'm just you know, I don't want to put myself in that type of position, because it's not worth it. It really isn't. Peace of mind, you can't, there's no price tag for that. Yeah, so I was just really down and out. And then, you know, I just kind of dawned on me, I haven't been praying as much as I need to about my job situation, and probably praying as much as I need to in life in general. So I really want to be more intentional about bringing God into the mix as far as life comes, because I feel like part of the reason that whole situation happened with that lady is because I didn't pray about the opportunity when it was presented to me. I just took it, and I don't know about y'all, but for me, prayer is a necessary component of all things. So, yeah. So there's that. So I'm gonna end that on a positive note and just say yes, it's hard. Yes, it can be discouraging, but you could have 99 no's and it just takes 1 yes. So if it takes me a little longer to get to that yes, then that's fine. But I know that when it does happen, I'm going to be so grateful for taking the time to really wait for the opportunity, because I've gotten myself in bad situations before for being impatient, and I don't want to do that. And who knows what this season is trying to teach me. It could be God trying to tell me look, I want to teach you patience. I want to teach you to listen to me. I want to teach you, you know? So that's just how I feel about it. And I'm just going to continue to do that and be patient. Okay, so that's one thing. I would say the other thing that was kind of heavy on my mind was just like friendships. I don't know if you guys know, but my best friend, you probably don't because I didn't tell you. My best friend was pregnant. Now she has her baby, and we've been in a long distance friendship for a very long time now. But we talk so much and so often. And right now she's obviously in the season of transitioning to a new mom. So she's still been like calling me and like stuff, but I'm also just trying to be respectful of like the season and give her time with like her husband, time to adjust to mommyhood and all that stuff. But you know, so I do definitely feel like even though she's there and she's always accessible, like I still feel like I have to make a little bit of space for her in her new life and her new chapter. And then I have like another friendship that's kind of been stopped in this moment, in this season. And I'm not gonna get too much into it because it's still like not the easiest thing, I guess, to talk about without getting like heated. And I don't want to say anything that I can't take back, especially on the internet. But I will say like this was somebody that I did talk to every day, and now I don't have that person anymore. So I definitely am feeling like the loneliness of not having that person, and of not having my other best friend and stuff. And so while that's annoying, I've been like trying to figure out like, okay, well, like in this season maybe God is just trying to tell me like this is where you focus on your life and advance yourself, and don't worry so much about like talking to your friends every day or like doing that, and like just focus on like where you need to be. So I'm like, okay, but it has been a little lonely, I'm not gonna lie. So that's been a little difficult. And it's crazy too, when I was in the showers thinking like 3-4 years ago when I was going to my old church, there were people in my life who like I could never imagine like them not being my close circle. And now those people aren't in my close circle. And so that's hard. That's a hard adjustment because I find myself like looking at them and like their progress in life, whether that be them getting married or them having babies or them like just advancing in life. And I'm like, dang, like, I remember there was a time I could never imagine them not in my life, and now we don't even talk, like, and you know, that sucks. I'm not gonna say that like for me it wasn't necessary to like remove myself, but that's the one thing about me. Like if you ask any of my friends, they'll be like, well, it seems like it's so easy for you to like cut people off or like to move forward when you feel like a situation is not serving you, or when you feel like a person doesn't value me. But it's like, I make it look easy, but it's not easy in reality. Like to go from talking to people almost every day, seeing them almost every day, to not even like being on like really terms like that, that's not easy for anybody. I don't care how easy like people like me make it look. It's not an easy thing. So I'm not gonna do eye makeup today, so I am just gonna go in with my One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. It's a base, it's a primer base. So like I said, like people will say like you make it look so easy, because maybe I do it a lot, because the reason I cut people off or move forward in the ways that I do is because at the end of the day, like I value myself to a point where I know what is going to get me towards where I'm trying to be and what's not going to get me there. And so I'll be damned if I let like a friendship, a family member, a relationship, a guy that I like, or any of that hold me back from like reaching my potential or getting where I want to be. Doesn't mean that I don't mourn the losses, because they're losses and they should be mourned. But it just means that at the end of the day, I'm better for it, and I know that. So that's that. So yeah, I feel like sometimes I look at those people that used to be close to me and I'm like, dang, like it kind of sucks that like I don't have those people anymore, because there was a time where like I couldn't imagine life without them. They were my people. But now I have different people and I am better off in some ways, but I'm also, you know, missing certain aspects. Like I missed my church community, like just having a group of people that I could pray with and talk about God with. I have friends still, but I don't have a group or anything like that. So that's kind of sucky. What else? I'm gonna go in with my Pro Concealer LA Girl. That's also what I used around my eyebrows. I'm now gonna use it to cover up my dark spots. If you can see, I have a lot of little dark spots and pimples because I don't know why my skin decided that it's gonna break out, and this is where we are. So we're just gonna, actually, I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and I'm going to use this to put over them, and then I'm going to put the concealer over it to kind of help balance it because it is a really reddish orange to match my undertone, but it's a little bit too orangey. So yeah. What was I saying? I was saying that like my church group, missing them, and missing, not them, but like having the group of people to go to when I feel like I want prayer, like when I want to talk about God. Like it's not like knowing every Monday like that the same people are going to be there and like we could talk about, like, you know. So definitely missed that a little bit. What else? So those were just like the two things that kind of were on my mind heavy and made me feel a little sad yesterday. But today is a new day and I allow myself the space to feel my emotions, which means if I'm feeling sad one day, I'm gonna feel sad. If I'm feeling happy one day, I'm gonna allow myself to feel happy. Life is not about having the same emotion all the time. Part of living is just having different emotions, and that's okay. So it's okay for me to feel sad one day. It's okay for me to be happy or indifferent the next, whatever. But the next thing that I kind of wanted to touch on before hopefully this video is not too long, guys, because some of my videos be hella long and I'll be trying to figure out like how am I gonna cut them up. The next thing I wanted to talk about is these men out here, because I know I talk about dating a lot, but I wanted to touch on where I am currently. Excuse me. So right now I feel like I'm still interested in dating and being in a long-term relationship, but I don't feel like I've been like enthusiastic about it, and not in like a negative way where like I have no real like joy to talk to anybody, but just in like a, when I talk to people, like I'm not like, I'm like, okay, cool, like you're cool, it was nice meeting you, and I just kind of move on to the next. Like I'm not even the next, because I don't talk to anybody like that. I just feel like, especially with online dating, which is what I'm specifically talking about, I feel like people's level of investment isn't really there. And I understand it's hard to be invested when you don't know somebody, like, you know, but you have to really get to know people, which is energy and time. And I feel like at this point, nobody has really put that energy in. And I feel like when I meet somebody and all they're saying is, hey, it's like, all right, well, I could answer your hey, or I could do something that I have to do. And so a lot of times for me, I'll be like, of course. A lot of times I will be like, I'm just going to do what I have to do. I won't answer this hey. And then like a day or two passes, I'm like, eh. And I just feel like the people that I really enjoy the most on meeting online are people who like are engaging, like who are like, oh, I saw that you like this on your profile, what's your favorite spot to get that at, or like, you look like you're having a lot of fun in that picture, where was you at, what was you doing, like just things that are like I can have a conversation and I don't have to start at ground zero and be like, hey, how's your day, how's your day, how's your day, how's your day. So I kind of use my concealer to blend out the dark spots. So this is not my foundation, this is just concealer, so that's why I look like a ghost. If I do look like a ghost, if you can see it clear enough, it's like very white, but it's because I put concealer and I'm just blending it in with my sponge. I saw Raven Elise. That's so nasty. I'm doing nasty things. I just realized I snorted. Forgive me. I saw Raven Elise say that she puts setting spray on like after every part of her makeup and it really helps it stick. So I'm gonna try this now. And this is the All Nighter Urban Decay setting spray. So I'm going to do that before I do my foundation. But first I'm going to like air dry it. But yeah, so I guess for me, like, I really just haven't been engaging online a lot because nobody has really taken the time, I guess, to like show that they're really interested. Like, there's initial interest, but I really just want somebody to be like, yo, like, you're so fly. Like, not me moving my whole camera by accident. Okay, that's okay, I think. I really want somebody to be like, you're so fly. Like, what do you do? Like, just like really want to get to know me. But I think, like, to be a little bit vulnerable, I will say, like, not having a job and like getting to knowing somebody, I feel like it really doesn't like rub me the right way. Like, for me, I feel like I have a lot of pride when I have a good job. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, like, yeah, my name's Ty. Like, when I was a marketing coordinator, I'm like, yeah, my name's Ty, I'm a marketing coordinator. Yep, that's what I do, like, da da da. And I felt like very like happy that I could say that, and like very like, okay, cool, like, I'm not a bum. But when I don't have that and people are like, well, what do you do? I have to explain like, oh, well, like, I left my job. I technically left my job. I did not get fired, but I wasn't given much of an option. The option was to go down to part-time or to quit. And so the way it happened and how she handled everything, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this business because I don't like how you run it. I don't like how you've been towards me. So that's the background. But technically I quit. So I do say like, yeah, like, I left my job in such and such. So right now I'm between jobs. And I just don't want to come off like I'm not somebody who values work or like doesn't want to get another job. And sometimes I feel like a little bit embarrassed, I guess, that I don't have a job right now and that my money is made when I'm solely like Instacarting. And that's hard for me. I have bills that I have to pay, and it's very like stressful. It's a very stressful time, which can be partly why like I'm breaking out so much, because of like stress and stuff. But it's not fun. So I think that's part of my hesitancy towards dating. Because when I tell you, when I had my little marketing coordinator job, girl, that is the first thing I filled in on the dating profile. I was just like, what'd you do? Marketing coordinator. What do you do? Marketing coordinator. So I was like, yeah, girl, I got a good job. Like, I love my career. Meanwhile, now I'm like, but it's okay, you know, like I said, life changes. I don't know if you can hear that, but if you can, I'm sorry, she's running water. I don't know if you have experienced anything like this, but you know, life changes, and just because you're in one position right now doesn't mean that can't switch soon. And you know, I know God is faithful, and I know that I'm gonna be okay no matter what. And with that being said, like, I'm going to just trust the process. I'm going to continue to do the things that I feel like will get me to where I need to be, but I can't say that I know where I need to be unless I'm praying about it, which is why I like kick myself all the time. I'm like, girl, why aren't you praying about it? Why aren't you reaffirming like God's promises to you in the Bible? Like, you're just kind of going off of like what you know, but it's like there's a reason why you have to like go to the well, like the Bible says, and get like more and like feed yourself continually, because if you don't, then like after a while you start to run dry. And so, and I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense in my head. But yeah, girl, so that's kind of what's making it a little bit hard for me to actively want to date, is not having a job, a career. Excuse me. But on the other hand, like, I feel so fulfilled right now in my life. Like, I was explaining to my friend, I don't know, I have a lot of like reflux right now. So if you see me like belching or like going like that, it's because something with like the reflux in my body has just been really high lately. I've been trying to take Tums and stuff, so I'm sorry, excuse me, it's not ladylike, but I'm really trying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna say the other part of like my relationship, I guess you could say, journey, is that I haven't been like, I don't want to say desperate, but I feel like I want a man, but like I don't want any man, and I don't want to have a whole bunch of pointless conversations to find a man. Like, I want love that's authentic, that's genuine, that's natural, that feels good. And I don't feel like I have to find that in the way that I once felt I have to find that. Like, I used to feel like I have to go through the profiles and I have to really, and now I feel like I'm at peace. Like, I like myself, I love myself, I'm confident, I'm a pretty girl, I have a lot going for myself, and I'm just so focused on like reaching these goals of mine. Like, I want to have a good job. I want to move out. I want to like see about moving to like a different state. I want to go on vacation more. I want to like do things that bring me joy. I want to spend time with my son and like give him a whole bunch of happy childhood memories. And I felt like in the past, like maybe I wanted a man because I thought he would save me from like my shortcomings. Like, I felt like if I had a partner in my life, then like I wouldn't have to be like so good on my own. I could always count on somebody to like pick up the slack, whether that was like helping me co-parent or helping me, I don't know, just like on my bad days, like uplifting me. But then I think when I just started pouring into myself and doing all this work, I realized that like I don't need somebody else to necessarily do those things for me. Like, I'm capable of doing those things for myself. And when I had that mindset, it allowed me to feel free of like all that, I guess, pressure I would put on the other person that I liked to be these things for me, or to go into a relationship like needing all these things. And I think that's probably the biggest thing in dating. I'm using the Milk concealer, Milk makeup, to brighten my under eye a little bit. That's the biggest thing, is when you feel fulfilled and you feel like beautiful in who you are and who you're becoming, and like the mom you are and the woman you are and the child of God you are, like, you genuinely seek less from others. And when you seek less from others, you can genuinely just enjoy them for who they are. You can enjoy what they bring to the table. You can enjoy them for who they are and like what their passions are and what they love. And I think that has made me like such a better person, like in general, a better friend, but also just like a better person to know, because I don't have expectations of people. I don't get mad when my friends don't do certain things. Like, I just, you know, I'm so happy to just be around certain people and to like be able to enjoy their company while I can. And like, you know, that was something I wanted to work on too, was just being less like angry. Like, I see people, like there's this lady, her name is Nikita Gibson. She owns Jordy's Spa in Brooklyn, I believe. And I follow her on Instagram closely, boo, closely. And I follow her vlog page with her family, and she is so radiant. She has this beautiful glow about her. Like, she'll just be in the car, like looking beautiful, living her life. And she had no makeup on, and she lets things go so easily. And I was like, I want to be like that. I want to be a beautiful person. Like, when people think of me, they're just like, she's always good. Like, yes, obviously life is not always good, but like, I'm good no matter what. I have a good God, I have a good family, I have a good child, and I'm good. And so I think that like that energy that I've been exuding has just filled me up so much to where I don't have that same desire, or I do have a desire for a man, but not in the way that I once did. That was like, I needed a man. It was like, that would be great to have a loving partner, a loving future boyfriend, fiance, husband, baby daddy. But it's also beautiful to just be who I am now and enjoy my life. And yeah, so I'm using a Sephora palette that I got. I don't really know what it's called, but this is what it looks like. And I use their darkest color to do my my contour, my darker contour. And I think that gives my face a little bit of depth. So I love that for me. So today I'm going with more like a natural look. A natural, but like dewy look, I guess. And that's gonna be cute. That's gonna be cute. So yeah, I'm just loving who I'm becoming. I feel like it's such a beautiful process. I feel so outspoken. I feel so me. I feel beautiful. I feel so worthy of love in like the best ways possible. I feel like I want to have a light life, and yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. It really is. And I'll probably like say to all the girls, the women out there who want to feel the same way, like who want to have like this inner beauty, who want to exude radiance and class and sophistication, like it's in you, boo. It's really in you. Sometimes we have to change. Don't do your makeup like that. I was just doing that because I'm like lazy, but that's not gonna give you what you're looking for. Don't do it like that. Do it like this, like that. I would say for all the women out there who can resonate with what I just said and like really also want the same things for yourself, a lot of that is just who you surround yourself with, who you give your energy to, and the things you tell yourself when you're going through a hard moment. Because hard moments are going to happen no matter what. That's just life. It happens to all of us. And you can either be a victim, an overcomer, or I think that's it. Probably like a victim or an overcomer. You can be somebody who always feels like life is happening to you and you have no control. And those are true things. But you can also say like, you know what, I'm going to be able to like go with the ebbs and flows of life. I'm going to be able to just navigate through this world the way I want to, whether that means I have to adjust, be more fluid, whatever the case is. And I think that's where like a lot of that joy comes from, is just being able to like adjust with the times. Because I know I've heard a lot of grumpy old men be like, things used to be like this when things back in my day, I hate everything now, all these people. And that energy is just so negative. Like, first of all, who wants to live in a world where everything is always the same? Not me, not I. I'm going in with my one size deep dark powder for under my eyes to kind of give it more of a solid and less creases. Solid look, no creases. Yeah, so like nobody wants to be that grumpy old man. Everybody wants to be around those people who are light and airy and can just enjoy their lives. And I want to be that person. And sometimes I can be so negative. Like, God knows I have it in me to just be somebody who is complaining a lot. When I get annoyed, my biggest problem is that like I always want to like talk about it. Like I'm like, X, Y, and Z was really annoying, like da 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 da. And then I realized like, I feel like if I'm telling my friends what my other friends are doing that's annoyed me, they're probably looking at me like, girl, you be talking about me like this too and you ignore me. And it's like, yes, I do. But like, excuse me, we all have things that annoy us about each other. And we don't want to know that like, as soon as somebody annoys you or your friend annoys you, they're just going to go and talk about you to whoever will listen. So that's something I need to work on, because I really do love the people in my circle, and I would never want to make them feel like I don't because of the way I talk. So that's something I need to work on within myself. But overall, like, no, like working on these things is going to give me this light spirit, this youthful spirit. And so I'm so excited to just to have that and to work towards that. I feel like I'm becoming that. But it's a challenge, you know. It is a challenge being a 20-something-year-old and trying to navigate life. And like, it's crazy because the other day, not the other day, in the shower, the other hour, I had this thought. And it's just crazy how like when you become a 20-something-year-old, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit that I got years ago. That's really old. When you're younger and you are having issues within your family with like people, I feel like you always expect the adult to fix it. And I'm at an age now where if I'm having issues with people in my family or adults that are like my elders in general, I'm an adult too. So it's on me to fix it too. And that's really hard because nobody teaches you how to do that when you're growing up or when you're becoming an adult. Like, it's just one day, like you're the kid, and then the next day you have expectations. And that can be a challenge to like kind of come to grips like, oh, okay, like such and such did me dirty or did me like this, but they're not going to apologize. I have to let them know, like, hey, I didn't appreciate when you did that. And this person is a whole grown up. So like, why should I have to do that? Because you're a grown up too. Nobody feels bad for you anymore. You're a grown up too. So this is definitely a challenge. This is definitely a challenge, my friends. Whew. I put some glow because I told you I wanted a dewy look today. So I am going to complement that dewy look with like a little bit of a glow. I don't know if you can see it that great, but I think you can. Whew. So I'm pretty much done at this point. I'm just gonna probably do a little bit mascara to make my eyelashes pop a little bit. But yeah, so like I was saying, being a 20-something is definitely a challenge because you're in transition from being a kid your whole life to being an adult. And what comes with being an adult is like confidence, respect, making wise decisions, putting your mental health first, putting yourself first, becoming spiritually aligned, paying bills, starting your career, relationships, dating, knowing what you want, being clear, knowing how to communicate. There's all these things that like you weren't responsible for, and then all of a sudden they're your responsibility. Like at the age of 25, it's my responsibility to show up in this world as the person I want to be. And so every day I have to make a decision to show up as that woman. Am I that woman who's going to be talking about people behind their backs? I don't want to be that woman. So I'm making conscious efforts to not be like that. Am I that woman who's going to consult God when I want to make a major life change? I really want to be that woman. So I have to do the things to become that woman, because she's not just going to show up one day. She's going to become over time. She's going to develop over time with strategic and carefully placed like moves or steps or whatever. So I am trying my best to become her, but it is hard. And I think some days I feel down because I know like I didn't do my best to be that woman, or like maybe just the season I'm in, like I can't be that woman to the full T that I want to be. Like I want to be a career woman, but it's hard for me because I don't have a career right now. I don't have a job, so I don't have a career. And I want to be a YouTuber. I don't have a whole bunch of followers. I don't have a whole bunch of following, but I'm out here making YouTube videos, so I'm a YouTuber. So I feel like I am actively trying to become the woman I want to be. And I think like that's just a good question to ask people in general. Like if you're right now somebody who's dating or trying to date, you should definitely be asking people like who do you want to be and what steps are you taking to become that person right now? And I think when you ask that question, you'll really, really know like these are the type of people that I'm attracting, or this is a good person for me because they know what they're trying to do. Because at the end of the day, we're all in different places on our journey, but it's really those people that are taking the steps to be who they want to be versus those people who aren't that separate us. And so while I say like, you know, I'm not in the career I want, that's just right now, but I'm doing other stuff to become that girl. So yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. Oh, I didn't even talk about my mascaras. Hold on, let me tell you my mascaras. I'm using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir in 10 Noir. I don't know if you can see that. It just says Marc Jacobs. And I'm also using the Sephora brand Lashcraft Big Volume. I got a little on my eyelid, so that's what I was trying to get off, but ooh, I am trying to get it off still, but I think I look pretty cute. I think the most I might do is go in with a lip, which I'll show you in the completed clip. But first, shake up that all-nighter Urban Decay. Spray that girl. Why did I think that it was going to be like a continuous thing? Like, not this one, babe. Not this one. Okay. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my talk. If you did and you really like felt connected to me, because I feel really connected and vulnerable right now, and I really like that. This is what my channel is about. And I think I might do other videos like this because it felt good. So if you really enjoyed this and you want more girl talks or more chat with Ty, whatever you want to call it, let me know because I really appreciate the feedback. Kisses, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for visiting Thailand. I did also just want to show you what my lip liner looks like before hopped on out of here. So it's pretty much done. But what I did is I took the NYX Professional Makeup Matte Lip Liner in the shade Cold Brew. And I just, outlined my lips. I don't have to overdo my lips because I have already plump lips. So if you don't, I can see why you would do that. But if you do, you don't need to do that. So then I just take this. This is the NYX lingerie. Is it lingerie or lingerie? I don't know. Oh. XXL, and in the shade, what shade is this? Warm Up, and I put it in the middle. And this is definitely a great shade if you are of my complexion, because it's hard to find a good pink when you're a brown skin girl. Yeah. Oh, let me put these to the side. That's the look. No, I really can't